Welcome!
Hi!
This is Foreign Access.
Hello, and today we have special guests with us that we promised you we would bring, and welcome to Flora!
And we did drag her here, so here she is.
Thank you for having me. What a joy to be here.
What a joy to have you here. Flora here, if you speak Hungarian, by the way, Flora here is the co-host of Butterfly Effect podcast. If you speak Hungarian, welcome to listen. It's an amazing podcast with so much interesting information.
Yes, we cannot understand, but
we wish we could.
But we truly believe, because they have a lot of positive feedbacks and followers.
That says something.
Flora, we are also friends.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, so she didn't pay us here, but it's kind of because we're friends.
I feel honored to be here and to be the first guest on this amazing podcast, which I believe that if I would have had this podcast before, moving to the US, and if I could have heard girls my age talk about the journey, that would have been such a big deal and such huge help. So I think that's amazing that you're doing this.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, that means really a lot to us because we put a lot of work. And so Flora, we study right now in the same conservatory, so we study acting together, and we kind of experiencing the same road together.
Yes, which is why today we are talking about something that everyone definitely experienced and everyone is wondering about, and we want to open up and be candid about it. We're talking about mental health, what it's like to move to another country and how to separate from your family, what it feels like to start acting school and be buried under this huge amount of work, have no life. Me being very positive.
Well,
It's true.
right. Actors struggling a lot with mental health and problems, but we just want to let you know that that's okay, and we want to share with you our perspective and how we struggled, or how are we mentally trying to to survive. So let's ask our beautiful guest here. Flora, you talk about mental health a lot, right? And especially in your podcast.
Yes, because it is I think that you taking care of yourself and of your mental health, that translates into every area of your life. And it's a topic that we all need support in that topic. And even though if you started to learn about it, it's always good to hear that you're not alone and other people are having the same journey and the same challenges. And hearing, for example, having each other and knowing that we all feel the same way, but we have such different backgrounds, so it's it's okay and you're not alone. Yeah.
But did you face this this kind of switch after you moved to United States?
Yes, I mean, when I moved here, I thought that I am incredibly stable mentally. And then it turned out that not really. Before I moved here, I already did a lot of work on myself, so that definitely helped. Having tools like meditation and knowing that if I'm gonna move my body, then I'm gonna feel better mentally. But when I moved here, it's just suddenly there was so much pressure on me, and I thought that I'm not gonna miss Hungary because it's Hungary compared to US. There's no way I'm gonna miss Hungary. But I missed everything about it. Even the things that I hate, I missed.
Wow.
So that was really hard. And just the feeling that you are alone and you cannot fly home. It's you, and that's it. So that was definitely challenging and hard. Yeah.
Right.
Are you better now? What are you finding? What ways are you finding to feel a little bit better about missing your home?
I mean, honestly, I think that one is definitely time, that you just have to like push through these periods, because it's no matter how good your mental health is, there's always going to be challenging periods, and there's always going to be times when you're going to feel that everything is crashing down. So I think I feel better now because time has passed and I got used to it, that I'm not there, and I found friends and family here that I can count on. And that's also, you know, like, I think a conscious thing. So once you get here and you move to a new country, it's good to like be conscious, like, what can I do to you know, feel better? Like, for example, okay, I'm gonna try to find friends that can support me, or I'm gonna try to really, you know, take the time to do something for me every week. Like, these are the little things that helped me, I think. But still, you know, we're on the journey.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel also the ways that we cannot call our parents or our family in the same time zone.
Yes,
oh my god, it's the worst.
Oh my god, I literally sent my sister yesterday a voice message about that I was going back home at like 8 p.m. and that was literally the only time when I could have talked to the people that I love, and I felt so bad and like lonely that I can't call anyone that I want to call because everybody's sleeping, and it's
And it's crazy because like in my time zone I can call them only till 3 or 4 p.m. and they also busy at the times when I'm not busy, and you think, when am I supposed to call? And it's kind of the closest people that used to be in my life, like literally like throughout my life, and right now it's different, it's changed, and I feel like it's something that affect me the most.
Yeah, but what was the hardest? Like, missing people is the hardest moving countries, or something else?
That's
That was a very interesting question, because I feel like it's everything. It is a huge part. For me, for example, it comes in waves. There are periods of time when I'm like, oh my god, if I don't hug my mom right now, I might literally, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. And I'm suffocating without her. There are periods when I'm like, okay, I have my friends, I have the girls, them, and I'm gonna be okay. But then something else happens, like, ooh, now I'm worrying about money or not being able to find work in a country where I don't know anything or anyone. Like, how do I do this? How it just changes all the time.
Right. I feel like every little problems that we usually have in our lives are now twice harder because you're in a different country that you're not supposed to live in, or the country that you like. We are not used to like growing up in this country, and we don't literally know how all the systems work. So when we have like little inconvenient, like find a doctor, right? It's really big for us. Yeah. Like in my country too, I know my mom gonna take my hand, call some people, and we're gonna go.
For real. Yeah.
But here it's like starting from the very beginning, and it's really can affect your mental health.
Yeah. I journaled a lot when I moved here, and looking back, the main thing that I always wrote down that like helped me, or the way that I try to like calm myself that it's gonna be okay, is that I felt like moving here just constantly pushed me to trust that it's gonna be okay, that somehow I'm gonna find my way. Because, you know, other people have done this before, right? So even if it's hard, you can do it. It's just sometimes it really can seem that you cannot do it, and it's impossible to figure it out. But those are the points when you just have to practice trust in life and in yourself. And I mean, if you are listening to this, you know, sitting at home in a different country and wanting to move to the US, like, I think like that's the one thing that you should like really work on, is just having the faith that if you have this dream that you want to move and you want to be an actor, then all you have to do is trust that that dream has a reason, that you have that dream, and it's gonna, you know, work out somehow.
That's true, because it's such a huge mistake thinking that when I move, I'm gonna be happy. Everything is gonna go away because this is my dream. So I'm moving and I'm gonna be happy then. All my mental health problems will go away because I'm miserable there. But here, where I'm gonna be doing...
Me too! I
It's so not true. You move and you still suffer.
Actually, you suffer more now.
Yes, you still hurt, even though it doesn't change. So you have to keep working on yourself constantly, and just like you said, trusting and maturing and working.
And I think the suffering, like we suffer so much. It what it means is that you move and then you suddenly start to grow so fast because life gives you so much at once that you can like grow, and at home it's like comfortable, right? And it's a familiar environment, so growth happens so much slower. Like I think that we grow in the past 7 months more than I grew like in 5 years at home. So it's crazy.
Right, and also because this was your first, that was the first time you ever moved anywhere, right?
Yes.
And lived by yourself.
And lived by myself, yes.
So it's kind
How
of
was it?
layered.
Yes, it was terrible.
Okay, can I ask honest question? When did you start crying, and how much did you cry the first or second day or the first week you moved here?
I cried every day.
Okay, thank you. Next. Okay.
Without question.
Are you crying?
I was crying a lot, but I wouldn't say every day because this is not my first move.
Mm-hmm.
And I mostly keep everything inside, and I stop communicating with people and really close off and lay on the floor. This is my way of coping. Tears don't always come out. Sometimes everything just shuts off, and I'm like,
yeah, because it's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult. But knowing that there are people around you that are very close to you is a huge comfort.
Yeah.
A huge difference.
But,
it makes a big difference.
But also I just want to point out that we found each other really quickly because we were in the same environment that we actually interested in as acting, because we moved here to acting school, and it's not usually happens.
That is true. That was a miracle.
You also sometimes need to give yourself some time to actually adapt to the environment you're living and to the people. But
yeah, and also not just time, but I think courage and bravery to open up, because I know that in the first few days when we started to get to know each other, we talked about how it's not that easy to letting people close to you and trust that this friendship is actually gonna last and it's actually gonna be something that I can rely
absolutely.
on. And you can't think that, oh wow, they're totally strangers from different backgrounds. What if it's not gonna be good? And you again need some kind of trust, and I think also you just feel it if it's right. But when I moved, my dad told me that the most important thing that I should do is find someone that I can call, because when you're at home you always call them, right? 24/7. If something bad happens, then you can call them. But now I cannot call them. I hear some kind of noise in the apartment, please. Mom. And that's the first step to find someone that I can call.
right.
Who will help you out if something happens. So now we also share each other's locations on iPhone.
Which is
Milestone in our relationship.
Right, it actually is. I know I need to keep these people in my life because if something happens.
Oh wow, I love that this is the only reason.
They also buy me food sometimes. But I also wanted to say that when I moved to Vienna, I remember how I was calling mom, Mom, how to make eggs? Mom, how to do this? Mom, how to do that? Mama, how do I sew my jeans?
Oh my god, yes!
Oh,
that's so true.
Right. So it's
every little question.
It's kind of anchor you, but in the same time, it helps you in the point you really grow fast, as Flora said. But in the same time, for me, I'm very contact person. I'm very touchy person. I with my mom, we love to hug each other, and in general, my family, but here in America, but like I stopped getting this, and I feel like it was kind of one of the most important part for me that I missed the most about. Please subscribe. But this is this kind of episode, so please cry with us.
Yes.
So I think that's...
But you know, like, for example, your story, like, it always fascinates me so much how you did so much alone and like achieved so much alone and moving, like, you know, it's just, I feel like you're like, I can feel like being in your presence that you're so strong, you know. And even though that you had all these challenges, but you would definitely not be the same, you know, woman as you are now, and you're so young, but you can feel this like very strong energy in you, and I love that, and that's also, you know, like valuable to everyone you meet.
Well, thank you so much, but I kind of understand what you're talking about because of the foreigners. They have this like strong something in them that you can tell this person have been through a lot of emotional roller coasters.
There is something about I don't know, about those people's energy. It's just a little bit different. You meet them and you instantly know that something is so familiar.
Right. But also because when you move to another country, you get used to the fact that you're gonna be alone, not like super lonely, but maybe, but you're gonna be alone. You're gonna learn to spend time with yourself more than you ever been, right?
Yeah, not being able to go to your mom, who's like right there usually for you,
right,
anymore.
You know, and what I want to ask is, I'm so curious that what you think about like self-doubt once you, because you know you have these big dreams, you want to be an actor, right? And then you move, and then, for example, for me, when I arrived to New York, I knew that, okay, a lot of people want to be an actor, and like, you know, I knew that, but like when you arrive and you are a foreigner and everybody tells you that, oh, you have an accent, yeah, and where are you from? Because you're definitely not from here. Like, you know, you get all these questions, and it's hard because you're thinking about your passport and your visa, like when it's gonna, you know, like all these things. But you have this dream, and then I don't know, like, how about you? But like, how do you handle self-doubt? Because that's also something that I think connects very much with mental health, and that can like send you into a spiral when you start to feel like, wait, should I be here? Like,
right,
is all this worth it? You know, like all these missing people and stuff like that.
Oh my god, the missing people part.
Price.
It's just like the trafficking is the scariest part for me. Even when I was getting my visa, the lady goes like, you will get your pamphlet about trafficking very soon. I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
Trafficking? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it happens there all the time. Enjoy. And I'm like, help.
Oh my god.
Yes, it was so scary, and I'm going home and I'm thinking like, should I? But I have a plan. If someone wants to traffic me, I'm just gonna
Love it. Thank you. Okay.
I'm either gonna, like, you know, drop on the ground to start pretending like I'm, like, you know, like start doing something with a seizure or something, or start yelling.
That's a good idea.
You know that I have so many chips inside of me. Everyone is trafficking all over the world where I am. Do you know? Do you understand? Like, I'm thinking about it a lot.
We give you some hints about human traffic.
It's scary, but it still doesn't. I don't know. For me, it still keeps me here because my dream is stronger, and I know that there are actors who made it.
Right.
Also from other countries with accents. Still, they made it because they are who they are, and they bring themselves. And the only thing that matters, they're still getting cast. And I believe that this can be us.
Yeah.
Could be us.
You're so right. Just looking at the inspirational actors that are foreigners actually helps me, but also I always think about my family, and I think how I'm not only doing it for myself. Of course, I'm mostly doing it for myself, right? And that's a big price that I'm paying. But in the same time, I just see how when I'm going to be successful and happy and I can bring my mom or like my family here, it like going to make all of us happy because my mom, my family want me to be successful. They want me to live a happy life. And yeah, for the person that I am, for me, staying home wasn't enough. And I want to be the person I am imagining myself in the future to be, with a lot of money. So I can bring my family here, and also I can pay for their life that is going to be very comfortable. That's what helps me.
Yeah, I can totally relate. Like, yeah, for me as well, it's just not just like thinking about myself, but also like looking at the big picture, right? Like if you have a big sort of vision of, okay, like what do you want from this life, then that can really just like keep you going, even on the hard days.
Exactly, like actually seeing what you're going towards to.
Yeah. And like making the choice that, okay, like for example, when before moving here, I literally said to myself that, okay, like I made a commitment and the choice. Not to say that you cannot change your mind, because you can. Like if you feel like, oh wait, this is not something that I'm enjoying, that's totally fine, and you can change your mind.
And it happens.
It definitely does. But if it's just, the challenges, and it's just that it's not easy, then once you made a decision and sort of like a promise to yourself, then that can just keep you going, because you don't want to let yourself down.
Exactly,
Right.
you have to differentiate those feelings, not just saying I want to give up right now because it started being so difficult, but you still want this thing. Remember, you are strong enough to go through this.
Yeah.
You are, and you just have to be mindful to be able to ask for help also, which is very important. And this is something that I'm saying because I need to learn. Because I go there so sad, and they're like, are you okay?
Fine, yes.
I'm okay.
And don't talk to me. And we're like, you're not okay.
Yes. But it's very helpful to
Right.
have people around you who will help you out. But also, if you think that this is not for you anymore and you're feeling bad, plus you don't want this dream anymore, it's okay for you to say no. You will find yourself. You don't have to keep going through that pain if it's not worth anything for you.
Exactly, yeah.
You can go back home. You're not gonna be a failure. It's not gonna mean anything. Well, it's not gonna mean a bad thing at all. It's just gonna mean you're following your life, and no one can tell you what you should or you shouldn't do, because you take care of yourself and no one else will.
Right, like you experienced all of this great down, maybe up feelings. You saw another country, you tried. I don't even want to say it's like it was trying. It's something that you experienced, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now you decided you want to come home, or maybe you want to travel somewhere else. Not all the countries gonna suit you. Not every country gonna be okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And it's gonna change me forever. No, we adapt to
Yes.
the circumstances that come into our life, and that's completely fine to change your mind.
Yes, and that reminds me of how you don't have to like compare your experience to other people's experiences. So even at school, when we are talking to other international students and how they feel and how what they think about what is hard, what is not hard, what is easy, what is not easy, like it's important for your mental health to realize that, okay, my experience is my experience, and just because somebody says that this and this extremely hard doesn't mean that it's going to be hard for me. Or just because something is easy for someone doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for me. So it's like keeping in mind that it's your own journey, and it's totally fine if you don't feel like New York is my home and this is where I want to live forever, but you still want to stay here. And somebody says, like, for example, the other day somebody told me that if you feel that you belong here, that's when you should like actually live here. But like I don't agree with that, because if you feel that maybe this is not your home, but you feel like you have something to do here,
Right.
then stay. Like it doesn't have to be a specific feeling. It's just following what you want to do.
You're so right, because
You go.
Okay. I'll be quick. I just
Take your time.
I just want to say that it's like I've been traveling and I've been looking for this perfect place in my mind that I'm gonna come and settle, like, and it's gonna be forever because I'm gonna just land on this land and I'll be like, hello. Yeah, right. The land of opportunity. This is here. I'm gonna live here. This is what I've been missing my whole life. And I've been keeping changing places. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like it at all anywhere. So I think that's okay. Not in all of our, like in each of our stages of life, we have different we want to do with our life, or we just just see ourselves different. So that's okay.
It is okay, and also when you come to some place, it doesn't necessarily, just like you said, has to feel like home. There, you know, you've heard about the thing that places of strength, where it can be a country, it can be a city for you, it can be a place in like some country. This is a place where for you, when you come in there, something happens to you. You just get filled up. It can be a park somewhere. It's just like it's a specific place where you get the energy. There's something about this place where you just...
So good.
Yes.
I don't have this, but that's good. It sounds good.
And it also can change with time and as years go by. But if you also can find that kind of place where you're living, if you don't like this place, for example, you came to, I don't know, one state in the US to go to acting school because it was your dream, and this is where, you know, you got a scholarship or something, so you came there. You don't really like it, try maybe finding this little spot that would make you fill up with energy and make you feel
That's
good.
really good advice.
But
I love
what
that.
if this space are people and they are in different continent of the world?
That sucks.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Buy some Ben & Jerry's. That's an answer to everything.
Yes,
That's
I
a very
feel
good
it's
advice, Flora.
Yeah, I love this advice. That's what I've been doing.
I think I'm gonna buy Ben & Jerry's right after this episode.
You're gonna say.
But also, okay, I wanna jump into this. This week, each of us individually and separately and together as well had mental breakdowns.
For real.
It
Like,
was not an easy week.
it was a domino effect, I feel like. Lisa started.
Oh my god, you blame me for everything. It's the domino effect that I'm...
But no, we weren't the one who, life was, you know, the one who started like that.
Your life just knocked me down first.
Yes, and then I got knocked down, and then Caitlin got knocked down.
Yes.
This is post-mental breakdown, Caitlin.
By the way, right? Hello. Today from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I was trying not to cry.
August 5th.
And I was failing. That's so true. But
She really did fail.
Big time fail.
it's very important to find supporters.
You can cry here, by the way, right now. I would really love it if you did, but okay.
Okay, thank you. She just already cried her, so she wants to bring me to her sign us.
Yeah, Flora is next.
No, we will. I'm telling you. In the end, we will cry all together with Ben & Jerry's. But anyway, I just want to talk that. I just want to say that there was a period in my life when I didn't cry at all, and I was saving everything inside of somewhere, you know, like a little box in me, and I didn't let it out. I was hiding it even from myself. So mentally it wasn't there, but it was just somewhere there, just getting all together until it blew up. And it was, and after that, when it blew up, I was crying every single day, and it's kind of still going on. It was like 2 years ago.
How much did you save up there that it's still going on?
I saved up so much. 22 years of my life. But Actually, I just want to say that I'm I'm crying. Because moving to another country and separating from my family at the same time when I started to grow up as an adult. This all together when it can be really, really tough.
It can.
And I had all kind of problems like okay, not all. What? No. I mean, I had panic attacks that I was like, what? Why? What's going on? Like, I thought I'm fine, I'm fine. Everything's good. Then I did have some kind of depression. And what did you guys experience in your...
Okay, if we're being completely honest, which we are, first of all, I'm really sorry that you have experienced all that, and unfortunately it happens, and it makes me so mad that people don't talk about it, or when you do talk about it, they start kind of treating you a little bit differently. But when you break your leg or arm, they don't. They just feel bad for you. But this is like, okay, I have to be careful around this person, this and that. Mental health problems do not make you so vulnerable that you cannot survive in this world. They do not make you different in a bad way.
Or weak.
Yes, they don't. You're the same person. You're still smart. You're still strong. You just feel a lot and you let yourself feel it. And that's all. And I'm sorry that you experienced it and you kept so much inside that you couldn't really let it out, because I don't know why, if this was the reason, because people don't really share about it that much, which they should, which is why we're here.
It's exactly, it's as usual as all of the other disease. It's okay, and it's very common. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up the point of how you said that we have to be grateful for being here and for moving here, and we really are, because it's an amazing opportunity, so we are grateful. But there's this thing that I have talked with you guys about before. When you are here, for example, and you want something and you really, really, really dream about getting this thing, and you're saying, I would give anything to get it. Anything to get it. And then you get it, and you're on that level now, and at that level you start wanting new things, more things, and it's okay. You have to allow yourself to want those things, because it really is okay for you to want them. It's okay that you want something that you thought you didn't need before, and now because your requests change, and you have to allow yourself to have those things because you deserve them.
That is so true. And also, I feel like it's a form of self-love, because once you achieved a new level, and you also feel like super grateful, right? And everybody around you, gives you the feedback, like how amazing that is. And when you just, suddenly start wanting more, you kind of feel this guilt of like, oh, like why am I wanting more? Why is this not enough? And it's so important to give yourself that space to and permission to want more.
Right. And also, let's talk about that we are in our 20s. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
For real, what are we doing? We don't know.
It's not like we have it figured out, because we just turned adults and it all just came together. We move into this country, especially when you move into this country, like to just, any country you're moving, and it's all aligning together, because now you're being adult and you've never done this before. You have no idea how to do anything, but you also have to figure out the country you're living in right now, which is very confusing. So my mom told me that when you're in your 20s, you're supposed to be very happy. You're in your 20s, you're young, you're experiencing life to the fullest. You finally can drink, you can do this, you can do that. It's gonna be the happiest time of your life. And no, it's not. It definitely doesn't feel like it.
Newsflash, it is not.
I'm just
You're being too negative.
I'm just confused and irritated. I have mental problems now.
But meanwhile, you don't you're doing. It is fun, you know? Like, you can enjoy the journey with the ups and downs. You can, like, there are times when we don't feel like there's gonna be any ups, right?
Oh, there are a lot of times.
Yes.
Today.
This week, for example.
Today for me.
Yes, but like, you know, even though today, but right now there's something that we enjoy and that brings joy. So you can always, you know, find your way to enjoy the journey.
Yes, I agree, because it's so important. If you're living in the past or in the present, you're not staying in the... No.
In the future.
Thank you, Flora. That's what I meant to say. If you're living in the past or in the future, you're not staying in the present.
Right.
And it's so important, because afterwards, a few years later, you're like, why didn't I enjoy this time? It was so cool.
Yes.
I feel better now, or like I have different problems now. Back then, I could have dealt with it differently. Try
Right.
to stay here and there. And it's also true for your feelings and emotions. If you feel them there and
Yeah.
here and there, then you're gonna
Like,
be okay.
like probably it's always going to be very confusing.
Our whole lives.
I think so, right? But yeah, we're all dealing with all kind of mental problems. We all going through it, and we didn't even touch the topic of mental breakdowns and mental issues among actors, which are, I feel like it's a different topic, because it's a very big topic.
It is.
Because actors are going through a lot mentally because of the profession. It's a lot of issues that actors also experience that are the same or different, and we also actually want to talk to you about this, guys. Maybe with Flora, maybe not. It depends on you.
Yeah, you just leave
Vote.
us you just tell us in the comments if you liked her or not, and then we'll bring her back. Depends on you, totally on you.
Right.
Well, yes, I thank you so much for the opportunity, though, that I was able to be here with you, because I mean, this was so much fun to, you know, to like be in the space with you and to talk about these things, because they are so important, and I feel like we are helping so much each other in this topic. So
This definitely
it was
helped
really
me.
special, and you guys are amazing. I love
Thank you so much. How do you feel? How do you feel to be the first guest in our podcast?
I feel honored.
Yes.
That's the feeling that we have been going for you. Feeling honored. That's what you have to feel when you come to our podcast. But I also want to say something to you, guys. I want you to know that everything you're going through is okay. I mean, you're allowed to go through this, and we are... I don't know how much it's worth to you, but we are here for you. We have an email, we have social media. Text us if you need support, help. We know what it's like to be down there, to hurt and to feel so very lonely, and it's difficult, and sometimes it feels as if you're in this bubble or in this fog and there's no way out, and there are no words to explain it, really. It's just feelings, but it's okay for you to feel that, because you are human, and we are here for you. And if you want support, please, we would love nothing more than to give you the support.
That was amazing. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep safe, keep good care of yourself, and we're gonna see you next week.
Yes. Bye.